Yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. Where my mom's at? Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at? Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at?
Where My Mom's At podcast with Christina P.
Hello, welcome to Where My Mom's At, where we get real on motherhood, aka the second oldest profession. To quote, what's her name? Irma Bombeck. Who knows who that fucking old bitch is? Anyways, I'm super glad to be here this week. It was a bananas week. My husband was gone, of course, for like 7 days on the road, which makes me a single mother. And of course, like the shit hits the fan, the fucking family dog dies. And for those of you who know me from, you know, Your Mom's House, FIFO was a fixture on the show and was our first child. So obviously the emotional stuff was just draining. But I've never had to get rid of a family pet as an adult. You know, when you're a kid and like your pets die, your family die. I don't know what my dad did. He probably just drowned dogs in the pool or maybe set them free in the park. That was the 80s, I think. But now you're supposed to do something. Anyways, he died in his sleep, thankfully. But, you know, you discover a dead animal in the house and then, you know, my first thought was like, I got to bury him in the backyard. Because that's what you do with dead animals, right? You bury them I just want him to be where he was happy in our backyard. And my brain, my lazy mom brain went, where am I going to get a shovel to bury him? I wonder if Amazon can deliver it same day. Right? Because I'm so lazy. Like I can't even think about going to like a Home Depot. And then I started thinking like, oh, I can't keep my toddler away from me burying a hole in the backyard. That's not going to happen. But so my doula was there, who you're going to meet later in this episode, Mitzy. And she goes, well, when our dog died, we called the service and they come and they take the dog away and then they cremate him and then you get the ashes like in 2 to 3 weeks. So I look on the internet and there's you know, they're all called like something terrible. It's all like over the rainbow or crossing the rainbow bridge or whatever, you know, horrible thing. So the guy called them, they show up and there's a big fucking rainbow van in front of my house. So everybody's like, oh, they're really into pride, those Seguras. And then it was so surreal. It's so surreal, the whole thing. And so like the dog coroner shows up and he's wearing like black scrubs, like you know what I mean, like an undertaker. And I'm still in jokey mode, so I'm like, whoa, full outfit, huh? All black, huh? Whoa. Like and then he comes in with like a stretcher and then he puts the dog on the stretcher, and of course that's when I like lose it and I start crying, and then, you know, no more jokes. But trying to keep that fun away from a toddler was pretty exciting, because clearly, why would a 3-year-old be interested in a guy rolling up in a rainbow van and a dog gurney? So anyway, that happens. And then fucking 4 days later, bros, 4 days later, my baby comes down with whooping cough. Fucking whooping. Like, isn't that a medieval disease like scarlet fever or typhoid? Haven't we eradicated the goddamn whooping cough? And I vaccinated my baby, BT dubs. But they can still get it, is what the doctor said, which means that some a-hole didn't vaccinate their kid in the goddamn neighborhood, and then both my kids had to be treated for it, which just makes my a-hole pucker, you know. And I know in the mom community, you know, we're supposed to be all no judgment, you do what you want to do. Well, I'm judging bitches when it affects my kid, all right? She be judging. And I just saw in the news that this psycho, Jessica Biel and Justin Timberlake, who I like them, I'm sure they're lovely people, they are fighting a bill that would make immunizations mandatory. I can't even fucking believe. Have you heard of this stuff, Native? These two idiots?
Yeah, I heard about it. I think it just came out like a day or two ago, right?
Oh my God. Yeah.
And they've been hiding it pretty good.
Well, see, and isn't that interesting that they've been hiding it, which implies they know that on some level it's a wacky decision.
Right.
To not, and I got to tell you that most people I know, like most regular moms, fucking just vaccinate their kids. Because there was a measles outbreak recently because of people not doing it. So fucking vaccinate your kid. There's nothing medically proven to be wrong with these vaccines. Oh, that whole thing was disproven. So it's totally fucking garbage. So anyway, the kids are fine. The dog has been dealt with. And after a crazy week like that, the only thing a mom can do is check herself into the spa, which I did on a few days ago. And for 5 hours, 5 glorious child-free hours, 5 cry-free, husband-free. Where's the spatula? Where's the... It's like when you even ask him to do something, it's like it's the first time you've ever asked him to do... Well, can you change the baby's diaper? Yeah, where's the cream for his butt? Like, we've only been doing this for 3.5 years. You don't know where fucking anything is. So they're useless. I checked myself into the spa as a point, and I got ripped. Like, I got fucking hammered. I was alone, and I was by the pool, and I drank, are you ready for this, guys? 3 Sauvignon Blancs. What?
Cool moms.
I'm not like a regular mom. I'm a cool mom.
Yeah. Whoa! I have not had 3 glasses of Sauvignon Blanc, and I don't know how long. And I was out in the sun, and I ordered cookies. What? And I ate a vegan salad and cookies. I'm not even a vegan. And I ended up, this is when I get chatty. Is when I have a few drinks in me, and I talk to everybody in the pool.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Because I'm cool like that. So I spark up conversations with other moms around me, and I'm talking to a pregnant lady. She's 4 months along. I'm talking to this mom next to me, she's so this mom next to me. She's like, yeah, I don't. My husband and I aren't getting along. And I go, no kidding. Why? What's going on? She says, well, we sleep with our 2-year-old in the bed. And, I'm really hooked. I'm really bonded to my child. I'm just madly in love with her. And she sleeps in between us. And we basically haven't done it in 2 years. Anyways, this is why I brought on my friend Mitzy later. She's going to talk to us about what's a doula. First of all, she's a doula. She'll talk about what a doula is and sleep training. Because, listen, I know it's a controversial topic in the mom world, the sleep training. You can't do the baby, yes, don't cry. You can't let them cry. I'm not advocating letting your child cry a lot or become, traumatized or damaged. I am advocating for your own sanity and for the sake of your marriage to get some structure in place and a schedule. I'm just saying, hey man, to each their own. If you want to sleep with your baby until they're in college, be my guest. But from what I've learned in my life, to maintain the marriage, you gotta fuck. And the only way you're gonna fuck is if your kid is sleeping in their own bed. You gotta bang. And I'm not even suggesting that Tom and I have a, wild sex life or the sex life we had before we have children. That's not even possible. What I'm talking about with marital loves is like the saddest form of intercourse possible. Like just 2 manatees mashing against each other. Maybe. Just like a quick, just get it over with. Think of your country. That kind of fucking. Or even, I would never even advocate giving a blowjob because I think that's cruel and unusual punishment to tell like the mother of infant children to give blowjobs. Okay, yeah, after all day with my little kid and breastfeeding, I'm gonna fucking suck my husband's dick. It's not gonna happen. I know. Maybe I might suggest a loving assist. As Dan Savage, the great podcaster, says, a loving assist means a hand, just a dry, sad hand job, or just let him do, I don't know, whatever he's into, man. Let him rub against you. Just do anything, just something sexual. Because here's the deal, man. You got to fake it till you make it. I know you don't feel like boning your husband now, because maybe you're like a year postpartum and your lady bits have just healed up and you're just now forgetting the trauma of birth and you're just now getting your boobs back from being a milk supply for some little infant, and you're the shell of a woman you used to be. But I'm just saying it's not time. I know. You got to do something. You got to fuck. You got to do something. Anyways, so huge show today. I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I put the call out to you, the watchers, the listeners of Where My Mom's At, and I asked you guys to submit an email, a video. Let me know what your greatest mom fail is. Let me know what your laziest mom moment is. Let me know your nightmares, your concerns, your triumphs, whatever it is. Email me at WhereMyMomsAt at gmail.com. There's no podcast, right, Nadav? I think it's just Where My Mom's
Correct.
At. Yeah.
WhereMyMomsAt at gmail.com.
Or you can just go to WhereMyMomsAt.com and there's a form if you just want to send an email. But if you want to send me a video, WhereMyMomsAt at gmail.com. And I'm so excited to fucking do this show and to get real on motherhood, because God knows there's so much horse shit out there. Bitches don't tell the truth. So let's go. This is a cute video submitted from somebody named Emily. This is a video of her little girl who's learning to read, and she's looking at a picture of a frog. Let's hit it.
What is this?
Frog.
What is it?
Frog.
It's so great. And look at the smile on mom's face. That's the best. I love that stuff. That's what kids do at that age. We have a book about construction trucks or whatever, and the book is called Noisy Diggers. And yeah. Tom and I are always like, oh, he's awfully mush mouth at this age. I don't know if we should read him Noisy Diggers, but and that's the fun, though. That's the fun. I guess the key is not to react when they do this stuff, which is so hard because it's so great when they accidentally swear. Yeah. So funny story, though. My husband, we have a gate in front of our house that you have to ring a doorbell, and then the doorbell's connected to our phone in our house, right? So it rings. So when the doorbell rings, you know, the dog barks and the kids scream, and it's like the worst thing in the world. So every time the doorbell rings, my husband yells, "Fuck! Fuck!" And of course, who do you think picked up on that is my 3-year-old. So now we've trained him like Pavlov's dog. Every time the doorbell rings, he goes, "Fuck!" Oh, to be a parent, it's a good day. Okay, so rolling along, we got this clip from Stephanie, and oh, this is cute. This is cute. I'm not sure what this means. I'll have to ask the boys here. Okay, go ahead and roll that one.
Here's a tip in Minecraft. Don't waste diamonds on a hoe.
He's cute. He's got my glasses on. Here's a tip from Minecraft. What is Minecraft, you nerds? What is that?
It is a game that the kids like to play.
Well, I know, but is it like a killing thing?
No.
Fantasy
Minecraft
nerds?
is actually pretty wholesome. It's, you know, you go around and you dig for things. You gather elements and then you try and craft them into other things, turn them into other stuff. I've personally never gotten into it, but I know that the kids are all about it.
Okay. Well, don't give the diamonds to hoes.
Right. I think the hoe is a digging tool in that game.
Oh.
So he's trying, you know, I don't think maybe he knows what he's saying. I don't know if he's very aware, but you know, it's good that we got that on video.
I love it. Oh my God. Thank you, Stephanie. That's fucking amazing. Don't waste diamonds on a hoe. All right. So I got your emails, and next up, let's cover my favorite subject, mom fails.
Now it's time for a round of Mom Fails, the game.
I love Mom Fails, the game. We don't have a game today, but I think it's so important for us to hear the horror stories with other moms, because we only see the good stuff on Instagram, and that shit's bullshit. We all know that. So let's hear the real deal. This one came in from, who's this? Who this? Oh, Brittany. I don't want to say people's last names because I think people are 9 times out of 10 when these women submit, they're like, do not use my name. This is mortifying. I will be mortified if you say. Okay. So this one says, when my 2-year-old was 5 or 6 months old, he fell off my bed twice. When I had another, I told myself I would be more careful. My second is 3 months old now and somehow slipped out of his swing. P.S. There were no injuries at the time. I know. Isn't that the worst? That is the fucking worst. I've done this too. I think all kids roll off the bed at some point. When Ellis was 5 months old, I think we were on the bed playing, and like I turned my back for a second, and all I heard was ka-tonk, and he was down. And then Julian, has he rolled off yet? I think he did, yeah, in the guest room. But thankfully that's why we have carpet. And their bones are made of rubber at this age, thankfully. And, baby teeth, they're meant to fall out. So it's all good anyways. Okay, so this next one is from AL. Okay. She don't even go by a fake first name. She like, don't even give me a fake name, bitch. I do not want to be known because of this. It's just AL. All right, AL. Oh my God, this one is my nightmare. Here's my biggest mom fail. I came home from a weekend with my boyfriend, divorced mommy here, threw my overnight bag on my bedroom floor and forgot about it. Lazy, she writes in parentheses. The next morning when I got out of the shower, I saw my toddler son sitting by the open bag, eating my birth control pills like candy. Oh my God. Oh, it's up here too. Horror of horrors, emergency room visit. He had to drink a giant glass of charcoal to absorb it. Had to bribe him with a shopping spree at Toys R Us immediately afterwards to get him to drink it. I've done that too. He is 22 years old now, and I am proud that somehow I kept him alive. I really doubted my mom abilities after that happened. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yeah, no shit, I would too. LL Cool J. That is fucking horrifying. Horrifying yet totally understandable and relatable. 2-year-olds get into everything. I think I pulled a battery out of my 2-year-old's mouth a few times, a quarter easily, but not birth control pills. Does your 22-year-old son, he's 22 now, does he have titties? Did he grow a vag? Is he one of these people with pronouns that we all have to memorize? Is he non-binary, queer? I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Well, cool. At least he knows, at least he knows how inconvenient and expensive birth control is. And he's more, sympathetic. He's woke now to the woman's plight. But that is fucking brutal. And he had to pump his stomach. Oh, what a poor baby. But poor mom, I think, too, because we get more upset about that stuff than they do, right? I often bribe my toddler with toys, and ice cream is the biggest bribe. And I know that the psychologist will be like, you shouldn't bribe them. You shouldn't bribe them to do things like brush their teeth or like, oh, fuck you. Fuck off. Come over and raise my kid then, because it is hard to do without bribery. I fully advocate it. If it's good for them, who cares? Okay. Hi, Christina. So this is let's do the next one. Oh yeah, this is my best mom fail ever. When my son was 2, my husband had to leave on business travel. That night, I went to walk out into my garage to put in a load of laundry when I came eye to eye with a mouse sitting on my washer. Of course, I freaked out and said shit multiple times, as any good mother would do, ran inside and slammed the door. My son, who was sitting in the living room playing, was utterly unfazed by the commotion and continued to play. I, of course, having no husband at home, quickly jumped on a group chat with my friends to be entirely overdramatic and discuss what I should do about the black-eyed monster, all of like 5 ounces in my garage. While debating whether or not to engage in nuclear warfare, my 2 beautiful but worthless cats, of course, cats are the fucking worst, aren't they? The cats were hungry, so I set down 2 plates of wet food to appease the fluffy gods. After a bit of back and forth in the chat, I worked up the courage to look into the garage. The mouse had vanished. I gave the group the update, and just as we were saying goodbyes, I heard my fluffy white Persian cat meowing over and over in discontentment. I came around the corner, and there was my 2-year-old son eating her wet food. Nothing in life can prepare you for what human breath and cat food smells like. Pure assumption here. Possibly a decaying body is close to the smell. I ran my son upstairs, put him in the bath, washed out his mouth over and over my head. I'm like, holy fuck, I let my child eat cat food. I'm like, well, technically, this is the universe's fucking fault. Like, hey, let's pick this girl as a parent. Hilarious. Just about then, my son tells me, Mommy, I don't feel good. I pick him up out of the bath and start to say, well, baby, that's why you shouldn't eat. Barf all in my face, in my mouth, in my hair. Digested cat food vomit. Oh, my... I have a severe vomiting thing. Just about the moment I was going to return the favor to my son, his 2 little eyes looked at me like I am going to die. I wipe the vomit off my face and say, it's okay, baby. We'll take a shower and clean off in mommy and daddy's room. As I proceed to my master bedroom, I should tell you that I have now forgotten about the fact that my fluffy white demon cat has no food. This cat is a calculating and resentful bitch. God rest her soul. As I step through the threshold of my room, I step on something warm, small, and bumpy. First thought, holy fuck, I stepped on the mouse. Completely last thought to what it actually was. I stepped in shit. My cat was so pissed that the baby ate her food, she shit in the doorway to our room. Oh my God. Conclusion is fuck mice. I can't. The conclusion is, I think we can all agree that cats are terrible pets to have. I think that's the real conclusion, that cats are selfish. That is so nasty. But I think we were talking about it earlier, why cat food would make somebody vomit, like what's in there. And I think it's because the FDA doesn't regulate the meat that goes into cat food like they do for human food. So it's probably full of bacteria and maggots and like salmonella, because cats' stomachs can handle it. I'm just kidding. I don't really hate cats. I ate dog food once. That's true. Nadav is reminding me it was a nibble. It was a nibble. But if you eat the whole can, I'm sure it'll get you sick.
Did you? Okay, so you didn't get sick from that?
No, just a nibble won't get you sick.
That's why dogs are better.
That's why dogs are better. Clearly dog people. Wow, that's fucking disgusting. I'm trying to think if I haven't let my kid have dog food. My Ellis once ate an entire napkin when he was a baby. He was sitting on my lap and I was talking to some friends and he just devoured a napkin. And I remember my friend being like, is he supposed to be eating that? I'm like, yeah, he loves it. It's fiber. It's good. It's how he stays so thin. That's what models do. You never heard that? Did you know that models eat napkins to stay thin? Or tissue? They do. It's disgusting. But they're prettier than me. That's why they do the time. It's not crazy to eat a napkin to stay skinny. It's not even worth it. All right. Oh yeah, my other son Julian almost choked on a cucumber last week. I let him eat like a chunk of cucumber. I'm pretty sure I've given my kids too much Tylenol at some point too. And you know what I mean? It's like 3 a.m. and they're crying. You're like, just take it. All right. Next. Oh my gosh. Let's do Mom of the Week. I have found the Mom of...
Now, let's take a look at our Mom of the Week.
I love this guy. This is actually a guy. It's a guy. David sent this in. Check out how adorable David is.
Hey, Mommy Christina. It's David D here. And while I'm not a mommy, I am a mommy. You know what I'm saying. So my worst mom moment is actually my worst dad moment, and it happens all the time because I parent equally with my wife. We both work. We got both. You know how it goes. We both got to split the load equally. Whenever I'm out anywhere with my infant daughter, or even my 2-year-old, and my wife isn't present, I get this. Oh, are you mommy for today? Are you mom, Mr. Mom? No, there's a name for that, and it's a dad. I'm the dad for the day. And so that's my biggest mom failure. Thank you very much.
I love it. I love you, David. And I think that's a failure on all the moms at the fucking park. Aren't they the worst? I hate that shit, man. I go to the park. I drink my beer like I'm supposed to. You fucking chill out. And all these other moms, man, they got to ruin it for you. Mr. Mom. And by the way, I am so shocked that you equal parent. I mean, like, I guess that's the goal, right? In society is that men do as much work as women. I have to tell you that I am super jealous of lesbians because when you have a kid, you're like, I wish I was a lesbian. So like I could, be a sister wife. Wouldn't it be great just to have a sister wife? Like all these weird, is it Mormons that they have multiple wives? And then there's that stupid show where the TLC show, and then all they're worried about is where is this loser going to sleep at night? I'm talking about the husband, the sister wife show. And the husband looks like, he's got that stupid Dutch boy haircut. He's got like the Lloyd Christmas bowl cut. And he looks like a total, you know what? Do I have to say it? R word. And the guy looks, and he's not cute. He's not some trophy. And then all the wives are like, well, he slept in her room tonight. I'm like, bitch, what do you care? What do you care? You guys have free nannies. All of you can take care of each other's children. It's a dream come true. Mr. Mom. That's what Tom says when he takes our kids out in public, that people are like, where's your wife? Like it's this weird thing that a man is actually out with his children. How fucking sad is that? I mean, Tom and I don't parent equally. No fucking way. I'm clearly the heavy lifter. And I would say that most moms do more of the childcare stuff. Now, it just so happens in our family, Tom is a much bigger breadwinner than I am. So I'm like, yeah, go earn that scratch so I can, take care of our kids. But that's the future, dude. Can you imagine in the past, though? Like in the 1950s, dads didn't even talk to their kids. I don't even think my dad knows my middle name or when my birthday is. Nadav, do you think you have a shitty dad, an Israeli dad?
Yeah, he knows when my birthday is.
Does he know your middle name?
I don't have one because I'm so Israeli.
Is that right?
Yeah, we don't have, I don't know any Israeli that has a middle name.
Why is that?
I'm not sure. I mean, our names are just so unique. There's
so you
only one of us.
So you only have a first and a last?
Yeah.
God, that's so weird.
Yeah, sorry.
What about you, Potter Cockroach? Does your dad know your middle name?
Yeah.
You think so? Does he know
It was almost my first name.
Yeah. And does he know like your interests and stuff?
Does he know my what? I'm sorry.
Like your interests? Does he know what you like in life and stuff? Like what you do for a living? Does he know details?
I don't know that he knows details because I don't know that he understands what it is that I have been doing. But he's like, it's on the internet, whatever. He knows I do comedy.
Yeah, I don't think my dad knows anything about my children. I don't even think he knows my children's names. I'm pretty sure that's not. All right. Okay. Let's go to this next segment. This is all from you guys. Thank you so much. Keep submitting because I love doing this stuff. I love doing this. Okay. Next segment is what would Christina P do? That's me.
You got mom questions? CP's got mom answers. What would Christina P do?
Such a ridiculous intro. Okay, this comes from Amanda. First question, have you ever accidentally shit your pants after being a mom? Hello, after being a mom, before being a mom, during being a mom. Yeah, all times are times I've shit my pants. But especially after giving birth, because everything's all loose, especially because I got episiotomied. So my sphincter muscles were very loose. And I remember, like, if I felt the urge to brown after I had both my kids, I had exactly 3 seconds to get to a toilet. Otherwise, it would just come out of me. And I sharted a bunch after I had Julian. It was worse than with Ellis. But yeah, who doesn't shit their pants? A stupid question. Okay, next. Oh, this one makes my heart hurt. It says, hi, Christina. Oh, I can read up there. Duh. I'm a first-time mom, 24 years old, and my daughter will be 9 months old in a few months. I absolutely love her, and I wouldn't trade her for anything in the world, but I'm having such a hard time being okay with what my body looks like now after having her. I'm self-conscious about everything, the weight I've gained, boobs don't look like they used to, stretched out vag, etc. I've always been extremely self-conscious and critical of myself, but now it has gotten so much worse and I'm always being negative about myself, and I've noticed that it's started to bother my husband. He's always so kind and loving, tells me I'm beautiful and he loves my body, but sometimes I feel that he's not being honest, just nice to make me feel better about myself. Sometimes I even feel that he doesn't think I'm sexy or attractive anymore. I've talked to him about it and he tells me that I'm projecting my own feelings onto him. Has this happened to you and how do you deal with it? Is there something that Tom did for you that helped you with it? How do you feel confident in your sex life with Tom after having kids? Thanks so much, Mama. Okay. Well, first of all, this is something the guys pointed out I didn't even notice, is that you're 24 years old. And at 24, bitches be snapping back, yo. Now, it might take you, here's the thing people don't really tell you, is that I would say realistically, it takes about 2 years to snap back. Like physically, your body needs to heal back together. You've literally been split apart. Your pelvis, right, comes together. Two bones come here, and that your pelvis was opened up about this much if you had a natural, whatever, vaginal delivery and it came out, and then now you're healing. So your joints are out of whack, everything. If you're still breastfeeding, I don't know if you still are, all that stuff just takes time. So give yourself 2 years postpartum. Now, you're asking what I do, and I got to tell you that, listen, man, I wish I could lie and tell you that, like, I'm this person who's got like all the self-esteem and you should love your mom, but you should love yourself because everybody's beautiful and we're all snowflakes and everything's great. It's a long road, I'll be honest. It's a long road to accept that, you just kind of have a dog shit mom bod. And that's kind of the truth. Now, here's the thing. I kind of had a dog shit bod before I had children. I'm older than you. So accepting your shitty body is also part of aging, and the wrinkles on your face, and, losing your looks is kind of part of the natural atrophy of life. Now, that being said, your wrecked mom bod is the price of admission into Mommy Town, and it's a huge price to pay, but ultimately worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna get old and flabby anyways. You may as well have babies and just let that ship go down in flames. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But here's what hurts us. And I think the problem is why you're hurting, why you're in so much suffering. The reason humans suffer is, we don't accept things as they are. Right. And especially our culture will tell you that you need to be young, forever 21, right? You need to be young and hot and happy all the time. And that's just not the case. It's not even possible. So here's the reality of the situation. And this is why I have a problem with this new bullshit inclusion culture that tells you that everyone's pretty, we're all equal, we're all fantastic. No. Sweeties, we have to accept that we are not the people we were before we had children. You have to accept that there are people better looking than you. It's true. There are people that are prettier than you, that are smarter than you, that are faster than you, that do better than you in general. And I think the sooner you can accept that fact, the happier you're going to be. And you're going to accept where your bod is at. And you're going to be a lot happier when you stop striving to be the person you were before. You just got to surrender. Now, that being said, once you've accepted your new shitty mom bod, you got to work with the pile of dog shit that you have. What that means is, since I have children, I dress myself differently. I may spend a little more money tailoring clothing so that it fits me better. Not obviously this top, but other things. I buy bras that fit me better so that my clothes look better. I do Pilates twice a week to try to maintain whatever mess that I do have. I watch what I eat for the most part. I eat Pop-Tarts, but not the frosted kind. So I see it as some kind of a diet move. It's better than the frosted kind. Anyways, you fight the good fight. I'm not saying you should throw in the towel and just accept that you're, slovenly, but you fight the good fight knowing that it may never be what it was before. but you have beautiful children. You have a beautiful child. And the best part is you're getting older and so is your spouse. Your spouse is getting fatter and balder every day. And so are you in a way, right? You're both atrophying and dying together. So, like when Tom and I get naked and do it, we both accept that we both look like shit naked. And it's like, what are you gonna, you know what I mean? You just, not only that, men really don't care. When your husband tells you, I don't care, just listen to him. I promise you. Let me ask these three knuckleheads. When a girl is naked in your bed, do you give a shit if she's a little chunky or her titties are sagging? Are you just stoked that there's a girl in your bed?
Nah, it's pretty dope. Yeah, she's naked. That's pretty cool.
Right? See?
Yep.
It just, all they want is friction, naked. It doesn't even matter. That's in our head. And, you know, the truth of it is I can't tell you how to accept, but I know that that's been the secret in my life is just like, hey, dude. Also, too, I saw this great interview with Kelly Cutrone. She's a publicist and she's about 50 years old and she works with these models. And an interviewer asked her, well, how do you deal with working with all these young, beautiful girls when you're like essentially this 50-year-old woman? And she had the most wonderful response. She said, well, I appreciate their beauty. I appreciate them for being young and beautiful. I had my time and now it's their time. And that's how I feel as a soon to be 43-year-old woman, is that I love young, beautiful girls. I celebrate them and I think it's wonderful to be perfect and beautiful. I am not, but they are. Now you're only 24. You can fucking snap back. So get your ass in the gym. Go get your Botox. Go get your fitting pants and fight the good fight. Because 24, you can still look good. And if not, there's always cosmetic surgery. Okay. Forget everything I said before. Let me do this last question and we'll get to Mitzy, who's coming in. I'm so excited for you guys to meet her. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is Rebecca. Rebecca from Ohio. She asks me, my husband and I are about to start trying. This will be our first child. What is your advice to new parents? And what are the things that no one tells you about becoming a mom? Okay, Rebecca, here's what you're going to do when you're going to try to get pregnant. You're going to drink and you're going to fuck. And then you're going to drink and fuck until you get pregnant. Because that's really, from all my friends, that's kind of the secret, is getting ripped and boning. I can tell you this nonsense about, hey, don't stress out, just relax. But that's kind of not accurate, because it's hard not to stress out about trying to get pregnant, because fertility is a roller coaster. It is up and down and it's uncertain and it's majorly stressful. So you're going to need emotional support. For anybody in any stage in their life, go to fucking therapy. Get into therapy. For other people listening, before you get preggers, I would say get your body into good shape, the best shape that you possibly can. Get your core strong, because you're going to need it to carry the baby. Get your weight down to a respectable number. Be on a diet, that way, a healthy diet. I mean, not a dieting diet. So that by the time you get pregnant, you know, you're optimal. And this is sounding really stupid, but track your cycles. I was so dumb. We were trying to have a baby for like months and I wasn't even tracking my cycles. So learn when you're ovulating. Get those sticks at the Rite Aid and you pee on them and they tell you if you're fertile or not. And when it tells you you're fertile, go fuck, because there's really only like 2 to 4 days of a window that you can get pregnant in. So the rest of the banging you're just doing for, you know, recreation, and who wants to bang their husband for fun. So make sure you track where you're at, and also travel. Try traveling while you're getting pregnant. If you do get preggers soon, you won't be traveling so much. So have fun with it. Go take a trip that you've always wanted to take and start banging on that trip. My first son, Ellis, was conceived in Virginia Beach, right next to that Funny Bone there. That was one of the last few trips we took to the Funny Bone. And also for older bitches listening like me, a lot of women, maybe you want to get pregnant or you're panicked about getting pregnant. I would suggest, if you can, go bank your eggs. Go freeze your eggs. If you're in your 30s and you're like, I don't know, I don't want to hurry it. I don't know if I want to have children. Just bank your eggs, and that way there's no rush, and you can always thaw those puppies out and use them when you want to. Okay, but just go bang. I had a great story. My gynecologist was trying to get pregnant. Finally, she hired a surrogate. When the surrogate was 3 months pregnant, what do you think happened? My gynecologist got pregnant naturally. And they told her, that she knew. She's like, I'm never getting pregnant. I said, well, how did you do it? She said, well, I drank a lot and we fucked a lot. So there you go. That's always the secret, is drinking and screwing. That's how reckless teenagers do it. So, okay, that's it. So next I have Mitzy Sanchez, my doula. She's going to be coming in. We're going to have an interview about sleep training and getting your life back after you have the baby. And what the heck is a doula? So when you see me, I'll be sitting on the side of the desk a little further to the left. Okay, mommies, I am so excited. Today, my beloved friend, sister wife, life partner now, my friend, doula, Mitzy Sanchez is here today. Hey! So I wanted to bring you in today because we've been discussing, marriage and sex after having babies. And like, how do you have a marriage after you have babies? And the thing that's really helped Tom and I is sleep training. Mm-hmm. And so Mitzy was my postpartum doula and sleep trained our second son, Julian, over the course of, we kept her way longer than we needed to because I loved her so much. You've basically been living in my house at nights for like the last year almost.
Yeah.
And you sleep train our son. And now what that means is I literally put him in the crib. I say good night. I walk away and my baby sleeps 12 hours through the night. What?
Yes.
It is fucking possible. And I brought the guru, the one and only Mitzy here. So Mitzy Sanchez, first of all, hello.
Hi. Thank you.
Yeah, I love you.
I miss you.
I miss you so much. You lived in my house for a year.
I miss my buddy.
I know, Julian. Yeah. You and him have such a great bond.
Yeah.
And you're so kind and you're so loving and you did such an amazing job with him.
Thank you.
It makes me sad to see you because I miss you.
I know. I see you and then I think of Julian and I miss my buddy. So I need to
get to come back and visit. So first of all, for everybody who's watching and listening, what the fuck is a doula?
Good question. I didn't even know what a doula was up until, actually, first of all, there's two different types of doulas. There is a postpartum doula, which is after giving birth. And then there is a birth doula. I went into the business.
Wait, hold on. But I think a birth doula is what most people listening assume a doula is, meaning like some woman who is like lighting incense and maybe you're in a birthing tub with her and she's, saying witchcraft chants or something hippie. Like people imagine like a horrible hippie experience.
And that's why I want to just bring awareness to about doulas, because people have so many different types of ideas or just, misconceptions about it. Basically, no, it's not like that, but
there's no witchcraft involved.
No, I mean, there's all types of doulas nowadays. Like there's all types of doulas. So birth doula, basically what it is, it's someone coming in, helping you, they help support emotionally and physically through it all.
So you show up like your third trimester pregnant, and that's kind of when you start looking for your birth doula?
Well, there is some couples. I mean, the sooner the better, because you get booked up fast.
Which we'll talk about later.
Yes.
So, but the doula comes and meets you when you're pregnant and kind of helps.
That's the prenatal meeting.
The prenatal to help you like through the chaos of pregnancy and the fear and the anxiety, I'm assuming, and the physical.
Calm you, kind of prepare you mentally, physically. There's so many ways to calm your nerves these days. That
you give your mom's heroin, right, or weed?
Lots of
no, just kidding. No, guys,
lots of no, never that. No. But there is different ways to kind of just, the more knowledge you have, more preparation. You prepare yourself mentally, and then you can prepare yourself physically. Once you get educated and know what to expect, your body can relax. So it knows what to expect and it doesn't go into panic mode. Once you go into panic mode, that's when it's more painful. So that's when the doula comes in for the prenatal meetings, and we just take care of you, help you get to where you need to be to have this baby. Once you're prepared mentally, you can prepare your body physically and have the knowledge to have your body so relaxed or to remain calm.
Huge.
When the time comes, when your body is calm and relaxed and know what's happening, then you can get to your place where you're focused, and your body, you just have to trust your body to do its thing. It's gonna do.
And by that you mean like,
yeah.
So you have to be 10 centimeters dilated before you can start pushing that baby out. So that's really the process you're talking about, is being relaxed through the contractions.
Yes.
And then allowing your cervix to dilate to get to 10, which is what the size of what's 10 centimeters?
It's like this.
Crazy.
The size of
crazy.
And it's crazy. It's crazy what our bodies go through. And then after having the baby, guess what?
Yeah.
You slowly get back to where you need to be.
Which is crazy.
I mean, it's crazy. Then after having the baby, you realize, oh my God, what my body just went through that. My body.
Don't even tell me, I know. I'm still marveling.
Had a human living in there.
I know. So you know what I love about you and about, well, you personally and what you do for women is I really wish I would have known about doulas when I had my first son, Ellis. Because my mother was not an option for me, and I also I don't have a sister, I don't have grandparents around me, I don't have family at all. And I think it's so important for a woman who's becoming a mother to have a mother figure in her life to walk her through this transformation. It really is a transformation.
It's life changing.
It is, and to have a guide, which is essentially what you are. You are a baby expert, a newborn expert. And quite literally what Mitzy did for me is she came to counsel me right like third trimester. You started coming around, taking care of me.
I met you at the second trimester, but I came in to do like the prenatal meetings at third trimester.
Right. And we talk how you're feeling, how's your diet, how are you sleeping. She would relax me. She loves using lavender. It sounds hippie, but it's not that hippie when you do it, actually.
It's very calming.
Yeah.
And you got to do whatever calms your body, and baby likes it too.
And baby does like it. That's right. I remember Julian would start kicking.
Yeah. He would kick.
And so you also talk about your birth plan, which, you can plan for things, but the reality is they ain't no fucking plan.
Yeah. I mean, you got to go to what at the moment, everything could just change last minute. So you got to be open. You got to be open to whatever is going to be the safest and, at the moment, just get you through it.
Yeah. So we're talking about the birth doula, which is someone that assists you through the actual birthing process. And that's something you do. And then there's also the postpartum doula, which is what Mitzy was doing for me for the last year, basically. And that is like, man, ladies, if you're listening and you have the resources, go get yourself a Mitzy Sanchez. If not Mitzy Sanchez herself, if you live in the Los Angeles area, find a woman who can support you. Because I think even no matter how loving your husband is, no matter how great people are, there's nobody often there to take care of mom and to take care of that newborn. And because it's a new
also
thing.
for daddy too.
And daddy too.
It's like a family thing. Whoever's in there, and it's a process it's a life-changing experience for the whole family.
Yeah.
So of course, mommy first.
Hello.
We're the ones doing the work here,
bitch.
But it's a transition for everyone. So we're there to come and help and support, guide, and guide you through it.
And quite literally, my births were, thank God, so easy.
Yeah.
I mean, Julian popped out, bang, we called you.
Yep.
Mitzy shows up at the hospital at whatever point you choose, or a doula, whatever. And then I literally got to hand Julian to you.
Yep.
And take a fucking nap. Because, you haven't slept in 9 months, really. Now I have an elder baby. I haven't slept in 3 years at that point. So after labor, you're exhausted.
Yeah, sleep is crucial.
It's crucial. So to have someone there that you trust, which I trust you with my baby's life, to hold, you held him all night.
So yummy.
Oh, and
it was the best. It was the best. Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
And she lets you sleep. And what happens when it's time to breastfeed? She'll quietly walk over to you and be like, "It's time to breastfeed." And then she puts the baby on you. Suck, suck, suck. She takes the baby away. She changes the baby, and she puts the baby back to bed.
You get to just do your thing, relax, sleep.
It's a miracle. God bless the doula.
Yeah.
God bless the doula.
I mean, for those that really love this, it's like anything else that you have, you're passionate about. Doesn't feel like a job to me.
No, and I believe that with you.
I mean, it just comes so natural, and so I'm just naturally nurturing, and so for me, it's like my dream job.
Oh my God.
I get to cuddle with
Stay up all night.
my babies.
I know you
it's
do
the
love
best.
them.
I love it.
You do love them. So okay, hold on, let me see. Okay, so we're talking about what you do. You take that baby, and let's talk about sleep training. Because a huge part of today's episode is like getting your marriage on track after you have a baby, because it throws a wrench in everything. And when do you have time for sex? That's a huge question I get asked. Now, a huge part of that is sleep training.
Yeah.
Now, what is sleep training?
You have to sleep train these babies.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will have your baby kind of controlling and
controlling you and controlling the house.
And
which they do anyways, even when
right, of course. But I mean, it's a whole different story when you have them sleep trained versus having them co-sleep with you, or just having structure is big. It's a huge thing. I think everyone, and a lot of people don't know, right? You feel like you have to have the baby sleep with you, or you have to attend to its every need at night, which is not the case,
Well, in the very beginning, the newborn.
Of course.
The first 12 weeks, I would say,
of course.
They're right next to you, because I can't co-slept in a sense, like in a bassinet right next to you the first 12 weeks. They're so vulnerable, and they feed every 2 hours for hours. But then you said once they're babies, like 3 months.
Yeah. I mean, once where you're able to get the green light to have them sleep train, once they're no longer needing the middle of the night feeds, and you can wean them off, that's when you slowly wean them off. But you have them after 2 months, you want to get them out of the bassinet and sleeping in their crib, in their room. So the first 2 months are crucial. You do want to have them in your bassinet, in your room. You can't sleep train.
No, it's not, because they don't have the self-soothing mechanisms. It's not possible.
The goal is to have them find a way to self-soothe. And once I come in, this is where I kind of, educate the parents and teach them what are the self-soothing mechanisms and what your baby can do to self-soothe. So eventually we can start this the sleep training process, and you can have a life after.
Yes, girl.
This is important. It is important.
It's so important, man. To get because once you put a structure in place for that baby, now everybody in the family knows what to expect and when. And
there's cues.
Yeah. I love it. So what you did for our son, just so that people know what the process is. So like around 5 months, I think we were able to kind of really get into sleep training. I mean, you started early, as in you set up a routine around 8 weeks, right at the very beginning, actually. The routine meaning it's 5:30, it's time for a bath.
Yep.
We always take the bath. Now we know that 6 o'clock is the bedtime.
Yeah.
We close the drapes.
Babies love
machine.
routines.
Love routines.
Babies love, and they respond well to routines. So structure is really important for babies because they know what to expect. They know what comes next. And so it just comes so much easier. It just makes your life so much easier.
Of course. So the baby learns these cues and you teach them very early the cues. And then when the baby reaches a certain weight and like you said, doesn't have to sleep, can go through the night without multiple feedings, You drop the night. Oh no, we do the night feed first, and then you drop the night feed.
Yeah, and it's a process. You know, it's not gonna just happen from one day to the next. Like, it's a process, and babies need to be trained. They need to be guided. So if you have these tools or the information, then it just makes it so much easier.
Definitely. So you put the baby down. What we do in our home, just so you guys know, you put the baby down around 6:30. Like I said, bottle. We have a routine that you instilled in the kid.
Yeah.
Bath times at 5:30. 6 o'clock jammies. We play for a little bit. Put him in the crib. He plays with the mobile. Baba in there.
Yeah, and he loves it. He loves it. He
loves it.
He's waiting for it. He wants the next activity to come. He already knows the process, and he can't wait for it.
Can't wait.
And he loves to self-soothe.
Yeah, because what he does is she trained him to reach for the passy. So if let's say all babies wake up in the night, all adults wake up in the night, but we don't cry and freak out. We just go, oh, I have to go back to sleep. So you're teaching the baby,
Train
right?
them,
Yeah, like I wake up, well, how can I soothe? He grabs a passy, boom, pops it in, or he has a lovey. You gave him lots of loveys.
Yes.
And then they self-soothe themselves right back to sleep. And then mom doesn't have to get up 50 times a night.
Yeah.
And guess what? You can fuck your husband and watch Netflix.
Yeah,
and
it's
chill by
crucial.
7:30.
You have to.
And that baby will have 2 or 3 naps during the day, depending on his age. Once you get the nights down, you get your days scheduled, and then you have a life.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, like, it is frustrating through the process.
Of course.
It's frustrating. It's not like this easy thing where, it's like boom, 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 done. No. There's going to be frustrating moments and nights, and you want to give up. But at the end of the day, like, I know I've done this for so long that at the end of the day, I know what the outcome is. I know that there's going to be nights where that baby is really testing you.
Yeah.
It's really
2 nights ago was a little. But then last night, not even a peep.
Oh, see,
12 hours. And I mentioned my baby sleeps, both of them 12 hours.
And
a
it's
3-year-old and
nice,
1-year-old.
right?
No, it's the only way to live.
Yeah.
And like I said, my husband and I have a glass of something. He smokes a cigar. We watch Netflix. We chill.
Yeah.
Because of sleep training. Are there any books you might recommend for people to read on how to sleep train their children if they can't hire you? Is there anything out there that you recommend for people to read to provide structure for their babies?
Oh my gosh. I'm going blank right now.
That's okay. You know what you can do is tack it on the blog on my website, WhereMyMomsAt.com.
Give you the names.
We used the book to sleep train the first kid, The Sleep Easy Solution, which is pretty good. And I know that sleep training is very controversial because of the crying.
Right.
So talk to me about that, because we did a cry-free, more or less, sleep train with Julian, and let's talk about that. How did you do that?
So we didn't use a cried out. We basically used more of a gentle way. So if I placed Julian down, I put him down, and he's just, I give him his lovey, his pacifier, whatever he uses to kind of self-soothe, to help self-soothe him, and I walk away. Mind you, nights is straight business. So
no playing. That means
no playing,
no
talking. So they know it's business time, because sometimes they will, they'll try to laugh or try to giggle and play, and it's hard not to, but you just kind of say, okay, good night, and you walk away. Everything, lights out. And sometimes he'd cry, he'd cry for a little bit, but I wouldn't let him cry for more than like maybe 30 seconds when we first started. And then I would go in, tell him everything's okay. You're okay. We're fine. You're in your crib. Okay, let's go back to sleep. And it's more of a comfort,
right?
Where you come in and you comfort him, but he knows it's not going to be playtime. Like, I'm not going to pick him up. So I don't pick him up. I kind of just rub his back and kind of like play with his hair. I'm not in there for like longer than 10 seconds, just straight business. And I walk away. That happens again. I give him another minute, but I'm not letting him cry it out. I just give him some time to kind of collect himself. So try to self-soothe. And we slowly do that every night, but not to full cry.
Right, because that's not great either as a parent to hear your kid wailing.
It's so
that's
hard.
It's the worst. And I think that's people's aversion to sleep training when they're like, I don't want to hear my baby. It's horrible. Nobody wants to hear a hysterical baby. But if you do it in increments, like what she's talking about, like a 30-second cry. Okay. Usually after a minute.
Yeah. And then
not
surprisingly, like you'd be surprised. Maybe that happens like once and then they get it.
They get it quick.
They know. And so,
well, because they're smart.
Yeah.
Small
babies
children
are so smart.
They know how to
smart.
They know how to get you back. Like the 3-year-old is a negotiator. Remember Ellis? You'd watch me put him down. Like
my daughter's too.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. You have a 6-year-old girl. Yeah.
5. She'll be 6 in December. So
yeah. And they become master negotiators and manipulators because they know your buttons. Like, mommy, I love you.
And because they know that we love them.
Of course.
We're gonna, they know we're not going to leave them or say no or let them.
But of course, so what you do with this method is it's gentle. We did not let him wail and suffer. What else was I going to talk about? I just drew a blank and I was so excited. It was about sleep training. So yeah, it's wonderful to provide structure. I was going to tell you too, another argument for sleep training, if those of you who are co-sleeping right now, a lot of moms I know, they co-sleep for like a year or two. And then by the second year, they're like, oh my gosh, I don't have a life. I don't have my husband, marriage is suffering. The husband's on the couch. What do I, too late. And that's harder to sleep train, obviously, by the time they're 2 and 3. It's not impossible. I understand it's a lot easier to start them from the very beginning.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's also about sleep training. Also, when you decide you want to sleep train, it's like a commitment.
Yes. Everyone has to be on board.
Yes. Everyone has to be on board. Everyone, taking care of the baby that's involved in, the baby's life. So it's a commitment, meaning where you got to be at home by a certain time because then it throws everything off.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a commitment.
That baby's not going to be out in the streets at 9 p.m.
Exactly.
I mean, I see little babies out at the Dodger games and shit. I'm like, who is bringing their fucking 8-month-old baby to the bar, to the restaurant?
And you see it all the time,
home.
But then you have friends telling me, my baby can't sleep, and they go to sleep till midnight. And so it's a commitment. If you decide you want to sleep train the baby, you got to know that you got to be home by a certain time so the baby can, do its bedtime routine.
Yeah, you can't be out partying. You can't be out like...
That's the hard part for some people.
Right. See, I am neurotic and I love structure. I have a lot of anxiety. So keeping the schedule for me is a sense of relief. And also a lot of therapists will tell you that because little small children, every day is new. Every day their brain is making new connections. The world is already scary for them in a sense. So if you can provide structure where they know, hey, it's lunchtime at noon, I go for my nap at 2, I'm going to wake up and then we're going to play until 6 and then I sleep again. They don't have to worry about what's going to happen next. What's my day going to be like? And when you alleviate that anxiety, they can learn a lot faster.
Yes. Or get overstimulated. Babies get overstimulated quickly.
Easily. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And what I mean by that is when you have like a really cranky baby and they're crying and they're a little older. I'm not talking about like newborn stage, but you can't find a solution why they're overtired. Most of the time they're overstimulated.
Yeah.
They need a nap.
Yeah. Well, and sleep is so important for their brains. They really need to sleep those 12 hours. It's crucial. And then the naps during the day, or at least 10 hours, I think is normal too at night.
It's so crucial for kids. I mean, it's crucial for adults. Can you imagine for little ones? 1 hour seems like 3 hours to them.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you, how can people get a hold of you, Mitzy, to hire you or just ask you some questions? What's the best way?
So you can get a hold of me by my Instagram.
Which is?
Good question. I forget it all the time.
Oh my God. How dare you?
It's Mitzy _Doula.
Mitzy _Doula.
Yeah.
That's how you spell that weird word. I think they should change the name from doula to like birth expert or baby X, because doula
just sounds like something completely like, what is that?
Like medieval or something stupid. Yeah, like stool. or a doula, or it sounds like an Italian mafia thing. Like,
yeah, a little intimidating there.
Doula.
Let's do this.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna knock this doula. Yeah. Oh, and also another thing Mitzy's great at is supporting you in breastfeeding. Nobody talks about the goddamn nightmare and the part-time job that is breastfeeding, especially the first time around. It's so helpful to have somebody. I know there's lactation consultants, and those are great too. But Miss Mitzy will come in and show you how to do that. And I think you've helped me work out a few clogged ducts.
Oh,
in the middle
I remember.
of the night. Yeah. And just have someone who, like, in the middle of the night when you're doing those feedings, brings the baby to you. You can feed the baby, and then she'll take the baby away, and you can sleep. You can pump in the night, and she would come and take my milk in the night.
Sleep with peace and know your baby. If your baby needs anything, he's gonna be comfort.
It's done. Yeah.
By you. So
I love it. I love what you do, and I'm so thankful that we got to have you. Oh, how far in advance should people be looking for their doula?
I like to tell my people to right away, because we get booked up fast.
That's the thing, guys. Get on it. If you're pregnant and you're like in your end of, like, you're in the second trimester and things are good, you have the green light for your doctor, fucking look for the doula then.
Because then what happens is you're feeling great, or it's something in the back of your head you don't want to really think of, because everything is so scary, or you don't want to think about it at that moment.
Yeah, but you finally feel good for the first time in weeks. Yeah.
But don't forget, once you get to your third trimester, it all becomes so real. And then you're looking last minute for a doula, and then we're all booked.
They're all booked.
It's like, I'm over here last minute trying to find ways where I can help you. But if I'm booked, of course, I'm going to help you out. I'm going to send you somebody that, I trust and love. But they might be booked themselves.
Yes. So I know. And also too, a little hot tip, if you're preggers, do your baby nursery in the second trimester.
Yes.
Do not wait until you're big as a whale and tired in your third. And you're not going to want to put a crib together when you're like 35 weeks pregnant. Do that shit in your second trimester.
You might start getting back pains or start feeling just so lazy and just don't want to do anything. You want to get everything out of the way so you don't have 100%. That last minute.
100%. Thank you, Miss Mitzy Sanchez. Find her on Instagram at Mitzy_Doula, Doula. If you're in the LA area, I highly recommend this woman. She will come in, especially if it's your first baby, even if it's your second, your fourth, hire this woman or somebody else, I don't know, to help you. You need as much help as you can get. And I used to feel really guilty about hiring people. And then I realized, like, it's kind of ideal because it's better than family sometimes. Like, I don't have the family.
Yeah, that's true.
And why not pick your family? Do you know what I mean? Why not? And pay them. And now they do shit the way you want, and you're not fighting. And I can tell you to get lost. I have to sit there and listen to my dumb stories in the kitchen at 2 a.m. and laugh at me. Like, it's great. Hire the help. Because you would ask your grandma to babysit, right? If not, a nanny. Or don't feel guilty about that stuff, moms. I know we're told that we have to do everything and you're superwoman. No, you're not. If men were moms, they do the same shit.
Yeah, it's a relief. You're actually helping yourself and everyone around you.
Yeah.
Your baby.
Yeah.
Do yourself a favor.
Because you're fucking happy. Do yourself a favor and hire a doula. All right. Any other, do you have any last thoughts to share with the audience before you go? I know you have a baby to tend to. You have a newborn right now that you're working with, a friend. I won't say who, but we referred you to a very good friend of ours.
Yes.
Just had their baby like 2 weeks ago.
A week and a half. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
And he's thriving. And
yes. So cute.
How's he sleeping?
So cute. You wouldn't even know there's a baby in the house.
I hate them already. God damn it. One of those,
He's so cute, though.
And the first one, usually the first one's a monster. My first one was a mad lunatic, and the second one was chill.
Yeah.
So, but you don't notice he's chill and he's eating and he's okay?
Yeah, he's so cute. And, I just try to soak up the time that I have with him, because the baby newborns are only awake for just such little time that when they are awake, I just I don't want to overstimulate them either, but I enjoy that time.
When they're awake, you're like, how you doing, baby? Come on in.
It's just,
wake up, you fucker. You teach them about death metal and stuff. Wake up. Yeah. Okay.
Going back to what we started when you mentioned what is a doula.
Yes.
whatever way you choose to go about your birth plan, if you are a person that wants to have their baby in the river,
I know some crazy bitches that did. I have a friend that had a baby in her living room.
Listen,
2 months ago.
I will support support whatever way or form you want. I mean, of course, if it's safe, of course it has to. But whatever way you want, I will be whatever it is. I will be there.
And so you monitor and make sure the baby's okay, and if there needs to be medical intervention.
Oh, of course. I mean, I don't recommend for it not. If there needs to be medical intervention, then that's the best is to be the closest you can to a hospital.
Oh, of
you
course.
You never know, and you don't want to think that way, but at the same time, you need to be realistic.
Yeah.
So
it just can't be that, Craig. You know what I'm saying? You got to rein that in. What's the weirdest birth you've heard of? Maybe not attended, because I don't want to rat out any client. I don't want you to speak ill of a client.
Mm-hmm. That I've heard of? You know what?
Any water? I've heard of people doing it in the ocean. Is that real?
Oh my goodness. Well, when I took my training for the doulas, we watched some pretty intense videos that people would actually go out to the ocean with the dolphins, just swimming around them and have I don't know about that.
Is that even safe? Doesn't the salt water get in your? It's not sanitary. That's a open.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend that.
Oh my god. So, here we go. Here's from your mom's house. We had this woman. Do you want to play that in the top? Here, take a listen to this, bitch. Mm-hmm. Listen to this, Mitzy. You're gonna die. You seen a lot of these? You have? Oh, the video. Epidural, bitch.
So, Christina,
science. You don't need to suffer.
What's happening over here?
Huh?
What's happening over here?
What's happening over here?
Yeah, in this video.
This bitch is crazy. What's happening in the video, Mitzy?
She's probably crowning, which means the baby is like right there, and it's
it's right
having
there.
some strong contractions.
Yeah. Well, what's happening here is this guy is disgusting. What's happening here is this guy is intense eye contact. Does he really have to stare at her like that? He needs to give her the fuck me eyes.
He's looking at her like
she's a pork chop. Yeah. Like, really, dude? Give her some space, bro. If that were Tom, I'd be like, get away from me. Get the fuck out of here. Isn't he too close? He's too close.
He looks concerned, but really not doing.
He's disgusting. I hate him. I hate both of them so much. All right, Mitzy, thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you
you're
for
the best.
having me.
We missed you. We miss you, and please move back in.
Oh, I would love to
raise my children.
Okay, no problem.
Mitzy Sanchez.
I missed you guys so much.
It's the worst. Come back. All right. I love you.
I love you guys. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.